Well, it's initial oil change time. I'm just a little bit over 5,000 miles. I'm in Alaska for the season, and we're going to do it here in the driveway. So in general, let's go over what we have here. So I have a oil cap wrench and the quick filter drain tool from Motiv Tools. I am going to upgrade the oil filter cap to the metal one, and I'll give you guys the part number there in the box. And then for the filter and the gaskets, now I've already installed the gaskets. There's one under this, the release plate there to get at it when you want to drain it before you take out the filter. And then I already put this one on here. When we take out the original plastic oil filter cap, we're going to have to replace this center ring here. So you can see, if you can, let me see, you can see from the side. You can see the height there, it's a little too short. So when I put the filter pin around it, doesn't, the spring, and see the spring works up and down, but it should come up to be flush with this. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna change that out with the one that's in the plastic oil cap. Okay. I also have the Fumoto quick release. Let's see here, if I quick release oil drain. We're going to replace that. So this is the F133N. So this has the nipple on the end here, so you can attach a hose to it if you want, or just a little, it just will direct the oil a little bit better if you don't use a hose. I plan on using a hose similar to this with the inside diameter that does fit this, but that's what I'll be doing. So for first thing I'll be doing is taking off the skid plate. And the oil I'll be using today, let's see, is this Mobil 1 Extended Performance 0820. And I don't have a drain pan, so I've makeshift these gallon milk jugs to drain into. We'll go from there. It's pretty simple stuff, you just gotta take your time. After this oil change, will be very much more simple because there's no nut to take off anymore. I can just use the quick release on this, and with the Motiv Tools, I can use this to, this screws into the housing here. And once it's screwed in there, it's just a little way of this little opening cap there will open up in there and drain it out through the hose into your drain pan. All right, so I'm draining my oil. I have that filling up there, and that one all the way filled up. Next, we're gonna move on to the oil filter housing. We're gonna use our 3/8 and release this nut here. We're gonna use this tool that comes with the filter from Toyota, and we're gonna stick it up in there just like that, and it's gonna come out on this end to whatever I wanna drain it into. I'm probably gonna use that empty milk jug right there. And once that is drained, I can then use the Motiv oil filter wrench. We're gonna pop that up on top there and use either a 3/8 on the inside, or I think it's a 16 or 17 mil on the outside, I'm not sure, and take the oil filter cap off to replace with the new metal one. All right, guys, as you can see, that plastic punch piece is in there. It's draining into the milk jug here. And that just drains the remnants of the oil filler canister. Gotta get away from a nice little snap-on tool here. But yeah, directly just the 3/8. I use a 3/8 extension, so the 3/8 extension bit actually releases it. And I'm I'll let it drip for a little bit. Made a little bit of a mess. But that's why I am switching over to this whole Fumoto and MotivRx system, is because it'll be a lot simpler. Really no dry, it won't make any mess at all because everything drains out to tubes now. Well, really good news. I was under the impression, because of a YouTube video that I had watched in preparation for this, that inside metal ring, that tall ring, it's like, I don't know, like 3 inches tall, would have to be taken out of this and replaced with this one. But obviously, if you can see here, from the top of the filter to the top of the metal housing there is the same exact size. So I'm just gonna go along with that there. And good times. I was, ready to have to like clean this thing out, take the filter out, and you have to kind of like, it was for a guy with a 4Runner, but I thought it was the same engine. Maybe I could have been wrong. But these little tabs down there, you have to like bend one up, and then you kind of like, because this is on a spring mechanism here, if you can see right there. So if you take one of these tabs and bend it up, you can kind of like twist it out of there. You can even see it's twisting a little bit, but this will allow it to twist past this little, that piece down there to lock it. You can't push it down and turn it out, but either way, it doesn't need to be done. So the part number seems to be totally correct. So I'm gonna go over this so you might make sure you have. Now remember, this is the V6 3rd gen Toyota. This is for the oil filter and gaskets, and this is for the metal cap assembly or the filter housing. Yeah, good news, man. Plug and play. I'm definitely cool with that. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna let this drain some more. Remember, guys, you want to take your oil cap off and just remove the dipstick a little bit so you can not allow any suction issues to not drain everything properly. And so I'm going to take some fresh new oil from my Mobile, and I'm going to give a little grease to the gasket here and the gasket that's under this, and I'll show you that when I'm done. I've oiled up my gaskets. As you can see, it's positioned right there. And the one on the bottom there. So what I'm going to do is close this a bit, screw it on, and then you can see here it has its what does it say, 25 Newton meters. You can do your conversions to foot-pounds or whatever you guys like to do. And then you just place your filter cartridge, boom, and you're ready to go like dynamite. I'm gonna put this in here, and then we'll start filling up the truck with the proper amount of oil. All right, so I've just installed the replacement metal oil filter cartridge housing, and the last thing to do is install this Fumoto F133N quick oil discharge valve, and it's taking a 17 millimeter right on that edge, and I'm going to oil up the gasket with my finger, just with a drop or two. All right, well, the Fumoto valve is installed. Now we're gonna put our oil in. I really suggest, guys, always get a decent funnel. You don't wanna make any spills in here. Keep your engine compartment clean. You don't wanna have oil in areas you don't want it to be in, because then if you're trying to track down a problem later down the road, and you have, is it the oil from this job that you made a mistake pouring, or is it fresh from the problem that you are experiencing that time? So keep it clean and just take your time. I'm gonna fill it up. All right, so I'm all good. I filled up 6.2 liters. Took it for a drive. Got the cardboard under it to see if there's any drips from the new Fumoto quick release valve, or for the new metal oil canister housing. But now for the moment of truth. We get here in the sun. I think that's one of the best determining factors. We're going to look for any metal shavings. So as far as I can see, it's just oil in there. I'm going to drain some more out here. I'll throw this out. Really won't need much of a drain pan anymore after this, because you can just drain the Fumoto valve with the nipple straight into a tube, and same thing with the Motiv metal oil canister system, because you can take off the bottom and then you screw in that tube connection and drain out the oil from there. Yeah, I'm not really seeing anything in there. I mean, I have the filter there, and I kind of banged it across the cardboard a couple of times on the bottom to see if there's anything on the bottom. And I'm not seeing anything. So I've heard horror stories from people, because, you know, Toyota says every 10,000, and, you know, a brand new engine, you should do it like in the first 15 or 2,500 or 2,000 miles. But I'm gonna wipe this out a little bit more with my my paper towels and see if I come up with anything. If I do, I'll make another video. But other than that, I've only changed the oil in my car a handful of times in my life, and I'm 45. I really didn't find this hard at all. You need to have a 12 mil and a 14 millimeter for taking the skid plate off, and then taking off the oil drain valve nut. But after that, if you put the Fumoto on there, you don't need that anymore, because it's a quick release drain valve. So you just need to flick it up and over. And the Motiv tools definitely worked really good. I didn't use the ratchet. I used the 3/8 inch direct connection, and that came off pretty good. It wasn't like a huge effort. I don't have a torque wrench, so I just kind of played fair game with that. I do have one coming for Newton meters, foot-pounds of torque, and I think there's a third one, a digital torque wrench. But other than that, it went by without a hitch. Let's go see if there's any kind of oil there. It's been sitting here for like 25 minutes after I drove it, and I don't see anything. There's a little residual oil in that corner there, but that's because I flipped it up over. That's what I was laying on earlier, because this one just got nasty. And this is exactly the reason what we're trying to avoid by installing the Fumoto and the Motiv parts. And the metal oil filter canister, I think it's just better. That plastic, yeah, it's really hard and durable, but overall the metal one is going to be tougher. I think it just improves value. Actually, it was really the same price to get a new one, so I'll keep this one right here, and I'll clean it out a bit and put it in a Ziploc bag and have an extra filter and whatnot in there, but for emergencies. But I don't see the need for it. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope this helps you make a decision on you know, putting on some Fumoto or some Motiv parts, or upgrading your oil filter canister to metal. I think it's worth it. It's not really expensive. The Fumoto part was like maybe $30 some, and in the long run, you know, you can just get under the car and flip a switch that has a safety check on it, and you're good to go. I did this totally without a jack stand or anything. I'm 5'11" and 265 pounds. I'm not a little guy. It was tight under there, but I did it just fine. I put down some cardboard, and you can see where I'm at here. I did it on generally flat level surface. It's not totally flat. You can see there's a couple mounds and stuff. I am in like pretty rural Alaska right now, but it's a beautiful spot, and if I can do it, you guys can do it. If you have any questions or comments, leave them below. You know, we're always looking to learn and improve how we do things. I'm not above doing that. But have a great day, and thanks for watching.